Yeah, let's do it.
Hey, let's be having you therapy. I'm early birds in the house, mate. Stephanie's already in here.
Early birds.
Early birds, mate. DJ Superfly, always. My bad that other night. The club's doing my head in right now. Fans are fickle. Can't see continuing what goes on in the front of their eyes. These players keep blaming the manager. Listen, brother, it's both. He's responsible. The players are responsible. And this is where I disagree with some of the people who just think getting rid of Eric is going to fix it. I believe loads of people need to go. A huge squad of team have to come in behind the scenes as well. But big up to you. Can we get happy talk the piss out of other shit? Yeah, bro. It's real. It's real. But big up to everybody. We've got a jam-packed show for you tonight. Saeed, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm all good, man. Just, packing up and that, what I'm saying, too stressful and that, but all good, man. I'm saying the leg's getting better now, man. Massively getting better. So that's good news. And yeah, man, just trying to stay sane, man, in this times, man. You know what I mean? Like watching United is just depressing. Week in, week out. We might get a little bit of a win here and there. You know what I'm saying to you, but ultimately, man, it's not great, man. I'll be honest with you, man. It's not great watching United, but yeah, man, I'm all good. Big up the chat. Make sure you like the video, and yeah, man, let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this.
The Twitter streets are telling me that you've been silenced by a City fan next door. Don't know that you're moving now.
Yeah, probably a City fan, man. You know what I mean? Trying to tell him to calm down and that while watching the game.
You know, man's policing you. Have you told him you're out of here soon, man? I'm going back to
man,
my neighborhood,
I'm out of here soon, man. Chill your beans, I said, man. Chill your beans. You know what I mean?
Your beans. Yo, listen, moving side, honestly, I commend you. Let me know if you need any help in it. But
yeah, definitely, I will do.
Listen, it's one of the most stressful things human beings can do in life, bro. It's not a joke.
Yep.
So big up to you. Big up Tom. Tom in the house. I'm glad that you're on the mend as well. You're healing. Tom, how you doing? Yeah. International Man of Ministry, 00 Tom. You know what I mean? My guy's everywhere. He's there and he's everywhere. Where are we today, Tommy? Big up to you.
Listen, I fucked off the UK, mate. I've gone to Spain. Fuck the lot of years. I don't know if it's pissing it down or whatever. I'm not there, so I don't know.
Is this sunny Spain, people?
How
are you doing,
anyway,
Tom?
Guys. Yeah, I'm doing good.
On a bank holiday Monday somewhere in Spain, nursing a nice one, yeah? You know what you're nursing?
Well, I'm in Madrid anyway. I've got a couple of contracts that I'm trying to bid for with a couple of partners and stuff, so...
There you go.
Got an early flight out here.
Man's on job. He's in Ala Madrid. Madrid, mate.
Ala Madrid.
Ala Madrid. Big up to Tommy.
They pissed me off that much. I even flew out of the fucking country. How was about that? I might move over here. I might do a Saeed.
Yo, big up, man. Big up, Tommy. Listen, we've got a jam-packed show for you today, people. We're asking two questions, really. I think, I'm not going to lie to you guys. What I'm seeing the last days of Erik ten Hag's tenure, the last weeks or months. That's what I'm seeing, the last month. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe in sacking him right now, regardless what the result against Chelsea or Liverpool or the rest of the season.
Oh, have you seen his face, though, man? He looks like he's aged like 10 years, man.
Yeah.
I know we talked about it on the show, Bro, his eye bags are gone mad.
Yeah, but to be fair, Manchester United do it to everybody. I'm not going to lie to you. Manchester United do it to everybody.
They did it to Moyes and Mourinho and all that. There's a picture out there. Show the picture.
Listen, they all come in. You know what I mean? They all come in with their ideas. The club is a vampire, bro. The club is a vampire.
It's toxic, man.
It's a vampire, man. It sucks the life out of you, man. There you go, people. Look, they all come in, look fresh. Their cheeks, like, bit of, you know what I mean? Bit of glow to them.
We either turn them grey or they lose the fucking hair, lads. What's going on?
No.
Like, at the end of the day, this is where we're at, people. This is what the club does to you. So the idea for me, I don't just blame him. He's not just to blame for everything. That's where but I need him to stay, and I need him to feel the pain that he's put us through, because he lied to us. I saw the triangles. I keep repeating in the Champions League. I wasn't an avid watcher. I wasn't watching the Eredivisie every week, Saeed. I was watching the Champions League. I was watching Ajax. I was seeing what they did. And all of that, I was thinking, this guy can ball. But unfortunately, he came and chased trophies and burnt people out, and he never recovered, and he went away from his principles and philosophy. And that's what happens when you do. Life, sorry. We know life. Life
Yeah.
is the biggest humbler, bro. Life is the biggest humbler. And Erik ten Hag, when you don't stick to your principles or philosophy, your strategy, what got you to here, you get humbled, bro. Life comes at you fast.
Humbled, yeah, I know.
Fast.
You get humbled, man. You know what it is?
We're at.
But this is what this. But all three managers, yeah. When you look at it here, yeah, Van Gaal's the only exception, I think, for me, where I felt like his sacking wasn't justified. But all three of them, their sacking is justified. David Moyes was just inept at his job. Jose Mourinho sacked himself because he was toxic and it was very, very. You know how it was, Nordin. It was just bad in it. And then Ten Hag abandoned his principles. So all in all, they're fighting a lost cause. And look at them, they're all stressed out because they're just like, one of them wants to go, one of them just isn't capable of doing a job. And one of them is like, he's probably having sleepless nights talking about 3-1-6 formation and how we can perfect that formation. You know what I mean? That's the reality of the situation, Nuruddin. So do I feel sorry for them? They get big money, man, Nuruddin. How much? Someone say 8 million a year? What did someone say in the chat? Like, how much
10
Ten Hag's
million,
on?
10 million.
Yeah, but
man.
It's split between all of them, but it don't matter anyway. I mean, Saeed, you even said it there. Listen, when people make these comparisons about previous managers and how they fared instead of Ten Hag, for me, even though he won fuck all, the only time that everybody, and if anybody doesn't say it for what it is, the only time everybody got giddy was under that third year at the start of the season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Everybody was fucking giddy. That Newcastle game when Ronaldo came back and he scored 2 goals, everybody was thinking, holy fucking shit. We hit 5 past Leeds, first day of the season. 4 past Newcastle. You were scoring goals for fun. You were playing football. There was patterns. And the one thing that you could say about all those players was they had a fucking smile on the face. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, as a man manager, he clearly knew how to run the dressing room, or he knew how to get across to these players in a way that they understand, because they wanted to play for him for 3 years. A lot of these players that we've had don't really want to play for a manager for more than 2 years. He clearly managed them well in terms of ability, but in terms of coaching, he had a shit team around him. Kieran McKenna and Michael Carrick, listen, they have their own ideas and they're their own people. So trying to influence what you want to do at Manchester United is completely different. They weren't even assistants. They were just coaches. They're like what Eric Ramsey is right now. Mike, put up a fucking spreadsheet and say this is how you set up a set piece. Mike Phelan was supposedly the guy who was the assistant coach, so he was supposedly Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's guy that he trusted in. But we know with how we played, it was shit. But at those 2 games, in particular Leeds and the Newcastle game, everybody was fucking giddy. But at that time, then is when you have to set a principle and say, look, is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer good enough as a manager to take you where you want to get to, or not? Because if he isn't, big teams and big managers, they might build you to a certain point, and then you go and get somebody who can win. You go and get somebody who can deliver. Erik ten Hag, as you said, Said, anyway, rightly, he's delivered fuck all. And beknownst to the guy anyway, I think people are always disillusioned by what he did at Ajax and everything. Outside of the Netherlands, no fucker's ever known the guy. He was an assistant at Bayern Munich. He was a fucking youth coach at Bayern Munich. He got sacked at Bayern Munich as a youth coach. He didn't leave. He got sacked. And the only thing that the guy's known for is playing a couple of decent games in the Champions League with Ajax. Fair enough. We all got giddy and we all got hoodwinked by that. But if you come to Manchester United and they all come in, every single manager, they come in with this swagger, and there's always that one line that fucking sticks with all of them. With Louis van Gaal, it was Louis van Gaal's army. With David Moyes, it was I'm the fucking chosen one, almost, from fucking Sir Alex Ferguson. With Mourinho, it was I'm the special one. With Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it's I'm the legend. And Erik ten Hag, era's come to an end. His fucking era's not even begun yet, and it's already depicted from him. But at the end of the day, he's played so many games of chess now with either players, the media, whatever. He's just pissed everybody off. And like you guys said, and I know Moose has already said it before anyway, the guy's fucking concussed. He's completely concussed. He doesn't even know what he's fucking speaking out, mate. He doesn't know what he's speaking out.
That line is legendary now, Musa. Musa coined a phrase, bro. Musa, Get that concussed in it on a t-shirt, in it. Ten Hag concussed.
Well, I'm telling you, man. Musa was ahead of the curve. You know when sometimes Nuruddin can be ahead of the curve, but Musa, when he said concussed, I was like, nah, what does he mean, yo? But now he's look at him, he's finished, he's concussed. He's got eye bags in his bro. It's long, man.
Yeah,
Musa,
yeah.
man.
It's a long
legendary,
fucking
legendary.
Listen,
Yeah,
we showed a photo, innit? We showed a photo just before, innit? Like, and this club is run by vultures, innit? Vampires, innit? They'll suck the life out of you. But I'm sorry, he came into this job with his eyes wide open. The man's getting paid handsomely to do this job. Nobody's got a gun to his head. Sorry about that. And you know what? And I got people hitting me up. Tommy, you were talking about. But anyway, let me just introduce the show. Musa, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. What's happening? Happy to be
man.
here.
How's Ramadan treating you, brother? On the last stretch.
It's good. It's good. We're on the last stretch. You know, it gets easier as it goes. It's the last stretch.
The last hurdle, man. The last hurdle, like, you know what I mean? So we're going to be talking about teams that play like the hurdling, the way United plays after we get counter-attacked on. But big up to you. Listen, we've got a jam-packed show for you today, people. The biggest question we've got to ask, so like I said before, I think his time is coming to an end. Ten Hag is Ten Hag out, man, with what he's showing, and why he's not refusing to drop players who are not listening to what he's saying. So that needs to be done. But before we say that, big up to Khalis Ramadin Lassie, Chief Editor United Real Therapy in the chat, bringing us all the quotes. Big up to all the regulars, man. I see Arian Rashid, who also there is also assistant editor, bringing us the quotes at times. And none of these people, none of these April Fool's Day jokes, yeah? Breaking news BS, yeah? We're talking about something
breaking
real
news.
here.
Jason Wilcox has resigned from Southampton. Okay. So he's going to be set to join Man United.
And definitely that's not an April Fool's Day. Okay.
No. Fabrizio Romano. Has just come out.
I don't trust anybody on April Fool's Day. But anyway,
the new technical director. He's basically
so
big
up.
Technical.
So big up to Jason Wilcox. Obviously worked at Man City as well. I'm guessing Barada signed him. You know what I mean? Barada worked with him at Man City. But on the show today, because like I said, Eric Ten Hag is Eric Ten Hag out. We're discussing large chunk of the show. We're not going to be talking about the depression, what we saw. I think we've talked about it on Saeed's chat on here. We talked about it. We're going to look forward now, people. Look forward to the brighter future. Things can only get better. They can only get. We're going to look forward, people. I'm not depressing myself, man. I'm not depressed. I'm gonna look forward. So as we look forward, we're gonna be covering the breaking news that's happening right now with the Wilcox. But before we begin that, we're gonna be discussing. I'm gonna be asking Saeed, Musa, and Tom about the next head coach of Manchester United. I am gonna ask you all individually. Which are the key what was the word that I'm looking for? The key
components
that you're looking for, right? Or quality you're looking for in the next Manchester United head coach. What are the key to you? So I'll go to you first, Saeed, and then I'll go down. So please keep it concise and short, so we can go around to discuss other things that maybe people in the chat. People in the chat, please get it in. What do you expect from the next head coach of Manchester United? But go ahead.
Okay, first one, philosophy, clear philosophy. You know what I mean? What do you see your Man United team as? So that could mean style of play. That could mean, recruitment. That could mean players. That could mean, just everything that you vision the team to be. So that's one thing, philosophy. I think also not to be so naive. I think that's one that I want to see a manager who's not stubborn, you know what I mean? Not naive. I want a manager who is strong mentality-wise. I want him to believe in his vision. And ultimately, I want him to just know what he's doing, man. You know what I mean? It's good to have a manager that just comes in and knows what he's doing, because like I said to you, we've had so many managers that are coming and folded under pressure. You know what I mean? So we can't have a manager who folds under pressure. So clear vision, clear philosophy, man. You know what I mean? And have a style of play. Something that's enjoyable football. I think, you know what's mad, yeah? I think when's the last time we were entertained, man? You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit under Ollie at the start of his tenure. Maybe the interim Ollie. But we haven't been entertained for a while, man. So that's what I'm saying. We need to be entertained. So playing that brand of football that people know, yo, this is Man United's football. You see what I'm trying to say? So that's my clear kind of points there for me, bro.
Okay, big up. Big up to Ben. Big up the panel. Free Palestine. Ireland had to protest today in Belfast for Palestine. Tom's in Spain. He's doing the secret mission to get De Jong proving near to madness. Yo, have you been employed by Murta and the rest, Tom? Is that why you're in Madrid, yeah? Is that why you're over there? Is that's why the contact is? Are you there with Murta? Are you a Murta's assistant, Tom? That's what you've been accused of. And I'll go to Tom next. Tom, what is the credentials? What are the key components? What are the attributes that you're looking for in the next Manchester United head coach?
I want somebody who forget about what they've actually previously done. I want them to come into Manchester United. First thing from get-go is I want you to tell Manchester United fans what it is that you actually plan to do, how long it's going to take you to achieve what you want to do. Jurgen Klopp, I take Jurgen Klopp as the prime example. He went to Liverpool. He wasn't afraid to say it. Give me 4 years and I'll win you something. They gave him 4 years, gave him all the money in the world, cash in the bank. He had the credibility of the players, the club. Everybody believed in him and everybody believed what he said. And he went and won them what he's gone and won. I want a manager to come in, not with a bit of, not necessarily arrogance, but I want them to come in and be clear from the get-go. This is what I'm doing and this is what I'm here to do. And if you want it in terms of credentials, I want somebody who's strong, who can actually handle the pressure of being Manchester United manager, because there's been many who've been by the wayside before. Clearly, I think we need a player who can work with players on a personal level in training. And what I mean by personal level is I want somebody who's going to be one-to-one players. If you're doing a drill, it's high intensity, whatever, pause the fucking thing if they're doing something wrong. Pause the whole thing if they're doing something wrong and point it out to them. Point blank, fire the gun. This is what you're doing wrong. This is what needs to change. And then go again, reset. I want somebody who's going to be on the ground, who's going to be the coach. I'm away with this nostalgia of having a manager at Manchester United. Man United don't need a manager. They need a coach who's going to work Monday to Friday on a training pitch and who's going to get the best out of players. That's all that we need. Let everybody else, let Dan Ashworth, if he comes in, let all the other people above him, they'll go and find him the players that he wants. Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool, he didn't recruit players. He had the people above him who he trusted to get him players that he wanted of a certain quality. So I want somebody who's strong, who's going to give us a clear understanding of what they plan to do from the get-go. And also, I need somebody in who's not going to be afraid to shy away from standing up to players. Like I say, drop the whole training session and just stop it all and say, listen, this is where you're going wrong. And hold players to accountability. Because we've had far too managers who don't hold accountability either to themselves or to the players. And if that means you have to blitz them out in the media, by all means do it. Because if they're not the right players for Man United, I couldn't give a shit anymore. So for me, like I say, I want somebody who's going to be a Monday to Friday coach. High intensity, high work rate, get the best out of the players. That's all that I want. I'm not here for this proven winners BS or anything like that. I want somebody who's going to work flat out. That's it.
Exactly. Big up. Musa.
Yeah.
And by the way, get in the chat, people. What you want? What do you want in a player?
Yeah,
get
in the chat. In the
chat. I want to know what you guys want. Go ahead, Musa. What are the key components? What are the attributes? What are the qualities that you're looking for in the next head coach? Because it's not going to be a manager. Because we've got Wilcox now, Ashworth maybe, Barada, they're all going to manage the club. We're going to need the head coach. The plan is what the Ineos are putting out there. I'm only saying what they're putting out there, people. The PR is that they're looking for head coaches. They're not looking for managers. So go ahead.
Yeah, to be honest, I want similar to what the guys have said before me, but to me, just to say it, like Zerbi is the manager that I want at Man United, and the reason being, I need someone who's clear talking, like simple at telling you where we are. Like none of this concussion type of behavior. Like I think he was asked about the game, and he said that his last game, and he was like, "Look, we came across a resilient team that is like fighting for the title and has a level of determination, like week in, week out, to get the job done. We will pick up our points elsewhere. Like we tried the thing, it didn't work today. Like we're going against a title-winning team. We're Brighton. He knows the players that he's got. I don't want managers like who, like, they can't get across what they're trying to do at the club and where we're going. So similar to what you're saying, Noradine, I don't mind losing, but a manager being clear on what we're trying to do here. Right now, it's not even about results for us. We're building something here, and we're trying to play a style of football to get to that level. All of this pressure, I want him to be calm enough where the chaos is going on around him, and he's still doing his thing, because he knows that the long-term goal, we're going to have to go through something short-term to get to that. Because what happened to Eric Ten Hag was, I thought he was that man. And after those first 2 games, where the Premiership woke him up, he just he threw everything out the window and went defensive and played the whole season in a style that he didn't favour, but got us the results, to only now come to this season to try to play that first style that he tried in the first couple of games. And as a fan base, we're not accepting it because it's a year too late. We would have accepted you not going for the 4 titles, like Noradine said. Would have accepted you not being in all of the competitions, like Noradine said, had you just stuck to your guns and tried to implement a style of football that you wanted to in the beginning. That would have been what the United fans were after. So for me right now, I'm just ready for someone like Zerbi, because I've just seen enough.
You man on the Zerbi. You
I'm
ignored him,
ready.
man. You're loving
Now I'm ready. Do you know
yeah?
why? I've seen enough. I've seen enough of how they
Did you watch
approach the game.
They played well, man. They played well for large parts.
No, they played well. Look, listen, and you have to understand, they don't have 50, 60 million pound players at the end of the ball.
No, they
He's
don't.
trying to do it with just some standard ballers, bro.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
I'm ready for
it's actually true. He doesn't have the players, and that's what I'm saying. Like, where is he Nuruddin? Yeah, just to cut you off, I feel like for me, you should be measured by your philosophy and your style rather than the players you have as well.
Yeah,
because look at the manager that Brentford had. You know, the player that Brentford had. You say they're better players than us? No, but you know what? Like they went to Anfield, and I'm not saying they didn't get battered with chances and whatnot, but they stood on their own. They played their football. They didn't play part of the bus football. There were times when they were zipping it through.
They've done that in big games. They went to City like a couple of weeks ago, and everybody, and they played well against City. They didn't do any of this like what we do when you turn up to a Manchester derby and you shit yourself and you play 6 at the back or whatever, and then you have your forward players and just hope they're going to counter-attack it. I'm sick of it when you go to big games, whether it's away or at home, and all we're doing is we're just sitting on his arses and we're waiting for the opposition to make a mistake so we can capitalise. Why can't we be the guys who go full throttle for teams like you see Brighton do? Brighton have a fucking minuscule budget compared to what Man United do. Like you guys have just said, and I completely agree with what you and Musa just said. Zerbi, in terms of his in terms of himself and his coaching style, perfect. He can get the best out of mediocre players. Because let's face it, a lot of those Brighton players are mediocre. They're not going to be anything special. But
Tom, let me just answer my own question. And I'll come back to you. 1 second. Big up the people in the super chat. He just said, "See, big up the panel. I see trolls. Listen, we welcome trolls as long as they're not being insulting. People are welcome here. We give to everybody freedom of speech. As long as you're not being insulting or you're not inciting violence or you're not being crude, you know what I mean? Big up to, let me just get the super chat. He will be the same clueless board above him, down 2 players beneath him. If we choose, I'll pick Southgate for relegation and beyond." You know what? Actually, man, UFC 14. Big up to you. Big up to you. Actually, yeah, maybe if we get Southgate, maybe relegation will come quick and the Glazers will piss up. Maybe I might. You know what? I could be persuaded by that argument. I could be persuaded by that argument. But let me just say this. So let me answer my own question. Because I've been thinking really, because I knew that time is going to be up soon for Eric Ten Hag. Whether it's the end of the season, whether it's either they give him next season, maybe halfway to next season, time's going to be up because he's so stubborn. He's refusing to learn from the clear mistakes that he's making. And the fact that he put it all in emotionally and put it in with certain players, try to play through 2 players specifically, Bruno and Rashford, that when they're not on form, other than believing in a system, he playing in going through individuals. And now those individuals that are letting him down, they're not performing to the best. I don't blame them because they were burnt out last season, but they're still playing and doing what they're doing. So he's not learned. The biggest thing for me is this. The biggest thing. I've got my list here. I've been thinking about this. Who do I want the next head coach to be? Number 1, I need me a drill sergeant. If I tell you to stand here on the pitch, stand here, and you stand there, and you stand there in training, you stand there. If I don't see you on a Saturday or a Wednesday, get off the pitch. You got 5 subs now, people. Get off the pitch. If I see you making the same mistakes that I've told you not to do in training, get off the pitch. System is king. I need a manager that system. Because I'm telling you now, people, I reconcile myself. I'm not about no Mickey Mouse trophies. I'm not about no Europa Leagues or conference or this and that. To me, FA Cup, if we can win it, yes, I'll go into that. But league or the Champions League, Manchester United are 5 to 4 years away from this. So what do I want in time? What I've been starved from? Good football. I want to go there and close my eyes and know where the ball is going. But 2 things. In possession, I want to know what the team's doing. On possession, I want what the team's doing. I want to be able to close my eyes after a season and know exactly what we are. When I'm hearing the commentary, when I close my eyes, that Manchester United are in possession, out of possession, what they're doing. That comes with drill sergeant. That comes with stubborn people. And you know what? One thing about this Zerbi, he's stubborn in the way he plays. He don't give a damn about the level of quality you are, the level of lack of quality you don't have. You do his job, you're getting on that pitch. So that's what I want. Third, I agree with what Saeed said. I think I agree with everything what you guys have said. I want a guy who's not going to come here, who's not going to be cowed by the size of the job, by the stature, by the history, not putting way down, but actually take it as an opportunity. See it as an opportunity to want to fight. That's to look at it and go, you know what? I can do this. That's what I need. The other thing is that what I need is that you guy who's willing to listen as part of a team to go certain players who are going to come. Maybe some people say I'm involved in the players. Some people not. I'm involved in players. He's just there to do the job, to coach the players. That's what I want. Yep. A guy who's flexible in that. Whether with the Ineos or these people invite him into the room to talk about player signings, or he just says, you know what we need. Get me these players. These are the attributes that
give
I
them
want,
a brief.
right?
Yeah. Give them a brief and let them do it for you.
So at the end of the day, and this is the other thing as well. I do not want a manager who's going to be cowed, who's going to be thinking we lose 3-4 games in a row and going, I could get sacked here. I need to change it. No, stick to the principle, stick to the philosophy, and trust me on this one, people. I'll be on this channel. I'll be on Saeed's channel. I'll be on every other channel arguing that manager's corner. Arguing that manager's corner, saying no. F your results. Can you not see the football we're playing? Can you not see what he's trying to do? I'll be screaming at. Listen, 2 games, 1 game. You know me and Jose. You remember I hated Jose. 1 game at Old Trafford and it's still there, Saeed. After the Spurs, we took Spurs apart in the game. Yeah, they beat us 3-0. I think.
Majority of fans clapped. Man.
I was there, giving it to Jose, going to him. That's what I want to see. I want to lose that way. I want a coach that understands there's a wrong way and there's a right way to lose as being a Manchester United manager. And 4th, I want a manager that has a personality. When I watch his team, his Manchester United coach, not a manager, coach, when I watch, that typifies his own personality. When you watch Klopp, you know the personality Liverpool play with. You know what Man City play with, their personality. You know what Arteta personality that they play with. I want that. And the only manager that's doing that in the Premier League, and the other thing about it as well, by the way, other managers coming from abroad, I'm sure Eric Ten Hag spoiled that. He's giving me a PTSD with that. So I want a guy who's proven and has already done it, who is drilling and improving. And 5th and final, if you go and get me a Southgate or you get me somebody else, some Mickey Mouse coach, you know what's going to happen to Kobe Manu. You know what's going to happen to Kobe Manu.
Yeah,
the fans will be similar thing. Couple of years, in 3 years' time, they'll be like, get him out like Rashford.
Get him out. I know.
Get him out like Rashford,
man.
The only manager in the Premier League currently who's available, who can reassure me of Kobe's development and improving players in individual basis, has that track record, is Zerbi. So if you love Kobe, you want Zerbi. It's simple. It even rhymes. I'm not a poet. You know what I mean? I'm not a poet. If you want Kobe to reach his potential, then I'm still
not my first choice. It's not my first choice, but I wouldn't be against Zerbi.
Explain yourself. Why it's not your first?
As in, like, The Zerbi. My first choice would be Simone Inzaghi from
He speaks no
Inter
word of
Milan.
the English. Manchester United have never hired a
Bro,
manager who
listen,
can't speak any word of English.
Bro, listen, English language, yeah, like I said to you, man, football is what is the language, yeah. You know, I mean, we've got a guy who speaks English and he can't translate what's going on the football pitch to the play. So, you know, he doesn't need, we don't need an English guy coming in and speaking it. Pochettino, when he was at Tottenham, didn't know English. Remember, he had a translator with him, and Pochettino was playing one of the best footballs in the league with Tottenham. So, you know, what we're doing here, even Southampton, he was doing that bits over there without speaking English. So, end of the day, yeah, we don't need English. We don't need an English speaking manager. All we need is a coach who identifies talent. You know what I mean? Or I would take still Nagelsmann. I think Nagelsmann is still a decent choice in that
All in front
regard.
of De Zerbi.
You know what I mean? Sorry?
All in front of De Zerbi.
I'm not saying De Zerbi is is a bad choice. I'm just saying it's not on the top of my list. That's all it is. And I also don't like when people.
Explain why. What are the things that are against him in your head? What are the things that are against?
You know what it is with me? I don't think it's specifically anything like that's majorly in terms of tactical flaws.
His team get whacked sometimes.
Yeah, no, he gets whacked sometimes, but I feel like
I'm happy to take the whacking, Saeed. I'm happy to take the whacking if you play good football. I'm getting whacked anyway. I'm getting whacked.
You know why I like De Zerbi though? Because he's. You know why I like him though, Dean though.
Let him explain. Go ahead. Saeed.
I think De Zerbi has a clear philosophy. I think he has a clear identity where he wants to play. I don't think I'm questioning his managerial kind of credentials. I just think, you know what, yeah, when there's a baseline in it. And sometimes it goes out the window with De Zerbi. When it goes bad, it goes really bad with De Zerbi. And that is something that I just don't think United fans are going to be able to tolerate. So I'm maybe looking at it from a point of view of down the line, when we're getting beat these games significantly, United fans are going to be like, hold on a minute, man, this is getting too much here. That's only the thing that concerns me. When he gets beat convincingly. But in terms of managerially, coaching-wise, philosophy, this guy is the real deal. But again, these are just little minute things that I'm looking at, details. And that's why you have to be. Because in the day, we're getting a different manager. So you have to be careful in who you appoint. And that's what I'm saying. He's not on my list. He's probably on my list round about here. The guys that I want are round about there. That's all it is. And probably people say that about Nagelsmann. Yeah, you're right. People say there's flaws in Nagelsmann. There's flaws in every manager.
There is. 100% there is. 100%. And I understand what you said. Big up Rants in the chat. The Serbian is the right answer now. Inzaghi, Italian, he's already here. Listen. The biggest thing I say simple. Listen, there's only 270 of you in here. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We're shadow banned because we shout for the human rights of people who are oppressed, who are getting genocide, especially the Palestinians. So please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll say it simple, Saeed. And I you know what? All the points that you made are credible. And but I'm telling you, I'll take the whacking all day and every day if I can see something. Because with the whacking, you be able to get through high caliber performing competent players who would be able to make decisions on the pitch as well to shore it up a bit, right? And I know that he will think of his head getting whacked at Brighton, but getting whacked severely at Manchester United. He will put things in place. He's not stupid. He's clever enough to understand that. But without him getting away from his fundamentals, because there is a balance. There is a balance. But go ahead, Saeed.
Can I just come back to you before Musa comes in? What I will say, though, getting De Zerbi might be the best thing for Man United as well, also, because you know what? All these players that can't play football will be out the door. I don't look at Brighton, I see one player that can't play football or can't play competent on the ball. So one thing you are going to get with De Zerbi...
17-year-olds can play in that Brighton team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So one thing, that's what he's going to do. So he's going to actually get rid of all of these players. So maybe that's why I said De Zerbi coming in might be a good thing, because half of these players won't survive on De Zerbi ball. But yeah, go ahead, Musa.
You know what is with De Zerbi, it's how Brighton chose him as a manager. It's not personal, bro. These men know what they wanted. They went to that data computer of theirs and said, who's going to deliver? So it's none of this, oh, I like this geezer, he dresses well, he's over there. Oh, I like this fella, he talks well, he's over here. They just went out there to find out who was out there in world football doing what they were doing that they could get in to come and continue what Potter did. And when you look at the type of football that we have out of the top teams, and even arguably against the top teams in terms of City, Arsenal, and Liverpool, Brighton's football is arguably still, as good or better when they're executing it to the best of their level. And then when you look at the breakdown of the team and how many players were sold that they had to lose to still be there or thereabouts in the mid table, tells you everything that the guy is doing. And then you're telling me you're going to come and give him some money at Old Trafford, and you're going to tell me that he's got the likes of Diallo, Sancho, you know what I'm saying, like Mainu, Casemiro, Varane, Martinez, like all of these players to his disposal. Come on, man. It's going to be like, and another thing I said as well, I'm looking for a new manager, not to win me the league, not to compete against City and whoever's trying to win the league, but to convincingly be a top 4 side. Like we could, there's no shadow of a doubt we're in the top 4 and we're playing a good style of football. And when we go to the Champions League, we have an opportunity of making the last 4, the semis, and actually then anything can happen. You can win it. But someone can convince me that we belong there. Because right now, we haven't belonged in the Champions League for a long time. Like, I need someone who can say, you know what, Man United, you belong here. Now, can you go on to the next level? Can this manager also prove, and this is one of the things I said, I need a manager that's going to prove people wrong. I need someone that's going to come in with all of this English press, you need 5 or 6 years, Man United are 5 or 6, 7 years away from. I need someone that's going to come in and say, no, we're not. Yeah, Newcastle went from 17th to top 4 with one transfer window. These men went from 17th, to top 4 with one transfer window. Our base is not as low as Newcastle's base. So going from 6 to finishing 2nd or 6 to finishing 3rd should be something that's achievable with a good style of football and a clear direction what we want to achieve. And I feel like the only other manager who I see in the Premier League that's not taken, that's got that same level of drill sergeant, like Noradine was saying, is the Zerbi. I'm ready for it.
Big up, before I bring Tom in, big up Jamie Wayne. Jamie Wayne's like, listen, I'm saying to you, in football, you get whacked. Ferg used to get whacked, Jamie Wayne. I remember we got whacked by Chelsea, we got whacked by Newcastle, we got whacked by a couple of times by Southampton. Remember the 6-3? Listen, this is part of it. But you don't get away from your own philosophy, though. You don't get away from the way that you want to play football. I take getting whacked because I'd rather take getting whacked, Jamie, than watching Manchester United play the most dreadful football I've ever seen in my entire life. What do you want? I want to be able to close my eyes and know where the passes are going, how we're going to play out from that. Did you see how they were getting out of Liverpool's press yesterday?
I know.
Beating the press. Beating that game and again. Beating it.
Talk to them. Talk to them, Nordy. Tell them.
Amazingly world-class players. Lewis Dunk is beating
Talk to them. Tell them.
Are you sure Nuruddin's not your new next door neighbour, Saeed?
we got the service, yo. Yo, man. I'm gonna be like,
scares me. You know what scares me? He goes to Liverpool.
Yeah,
it scares me. That would kill me. That would kill me.
By the way, he wants to leave. He wants to leave, Nuruddin. He wants to. Did you see his comment?
Of course he does. Of course he does.
He said, I don't need to sign a new contract, basically. You know what I mean? But then again, it doesn't mean I want to go, but I don't need to sign nothing, and I'm going to make my decision soon, innit?
He's our next manager, man.
Amarin will go there, but he might go to Barcelona. He might go Barcelona. That's what apparently the rumours are, Barcelona.
It's the worst
They want to keep Xavi, though, to be fair to them. They're trying to
and Bayern was linked to Zerbi.
Now, listen, I don't want Nagelsmann. Do you know why? I think what we need, right? Listen, the reason why I don't want Nagelsmann, because Nagelsmann, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think Nagelsmann is the guy, after you've had the Zerbi, then to go and get Nagelsmann. Not Nagelsmann now. Not to this. The reason why is this, people, is that now you think Eddie Ten Hag is crazy what he's doing in terms of how he looks on the pitch. Nagelsmann went to Bayern Munich, where you literally have the best players, they're the best team, they have the biggest budget.
No, but he was harshly sacked though.
No,
He
I
was
understand
hard
that.
done by.
Saeed, I understand that, but still, Saeed, I understand that, but still, some of these games, when I watched some of the games in the Champions League, let's be real out here, players look confused, FC. At this moment in time, I've seen a guy who's doing it with Brighton. Lewis Dunk is beating Liverpool press, full court press, and that's what I want. I want to see that. Now, I don't believe just bringing him, like you said, Saeed, bringing the Zerbi and getting rid of Ten Hag is going to fix it. No, everything has to be cleared out. You have to give somebody like the Zerbi the fundamental structure around him in every sense. Even if it means the director of football or the sporting director or the CEO is going to the players going, if you're not listening to this manager, ta-ra to you, mate. See you later. That level of backing. So that's what we want. But Tom, who's your number one guy if you had to get somebody? Go ahead. And what do you think of the Zerbi? Do you think any other things that are against the Zerbi? Big up to everybody in the chat, by the way. Keep smashing the like. We're over 300 people in here. We're shadow banned. We are demonetized, but we don't give a hoot. We will always shout free, free, free Palestine till our last breath, people, because we stand against a genocide. We stand against racist ideology of Zionism that is ethnically cleansing, that's brutalizing people for 75 years and starving them to death as we speak right now. Shame on the British government. Shame on Starmer. Shame on the media class. Shame on my workplace, my former workplace, for trying to silence Palestinian human rights and Palestinians from being able to tell their own story, surviving a genocide. Shame on them. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, look, for me, I've always been a massive fan of what Hansi Flick's done, especially what he did at Bayern Munich in such a short amount of time. And look, I know he had very world-class players. They had a shit coach before that in Niko Kovac, who he couldn't get the best out of them, and the style didn't suit that club. But he galvanised them within like 4 or 5 months, and they completely ripped to shreds every single team. In particular in the Champions League and in Bundesliga, they ripped teams apart. Complete decimation. Barcelona, that 8-2 game, I'll never forget that. Never forget that. Completely ripped them to shreds from minute 1 to minute 90. And that's what I want. I want managers who are going to be ruthless. So if I look at the markets now and I think who's actually out there that I could go and get, I'd go and get Hansi Flick. I like the style of play, aggressive, high energy. But the only thing that you guys in particular, Nuruddin did it to me, did it a couple of weeks ago anyway. He convinced me slightly anyway, more to the point with Zerbi. I like Hansi Flick, but I think he's that sort of coach that I think some top European club will snap him off. A Barcelona or a Munich might go back in for him or whatever. I don't think he'd come to Man United personally. For me, if I'm going off of what I've seen in the Premier League right now, there's 2 coaches that I would say in the last maybe 2 or 3 years that have impressed me. That's been, I would say, Thomas Frank and Zerbi. Just based off of body of work and what they've actually done with players. They improve players. They show them the basics of what they and principles of what they're doing wrong. They make adjustments in game management, improvements in games. But the thing, like I say, with that I would advocate for, if I had to pick out of them, I'd probably pick Zerbi if I'm speaking right here and now. The only thing I'd advocate for with Zerbi is he's a guy who he knows and he expects that he's going to go to the top. He believes in himself and his own ability that I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to be the best manager in world football. He believes that. No manager would have the bollocks to come out and do what he's doing, say to Brighton, and say, look, I'm not prepared to sign because I want to wait and see based on what's in the window. Whenever do you hear a manager who does that? Because they want the safety and security of, I've got a multi-million-pound football contract here to be a manager. They're more careless about they're wanting to get paid. That doesn't sound the attitude of a guy who cares about being paid. That sounds like the attitude of somebody who actually knows and believes in his own hype and that he's going to go to the top. And that's the sort of manager you need to walk into Manchester United, who, first and foremost, forget about believing in Man United and the football club. Believe in your fucking son. Believe in your son and believe what you do. He has a clear philosophy and a clear style of play. He doesn't go to the Etihad and shit him, son. If they go 1-0 down, they still play the exact same way. He doesn't go to Anfield like he did yesterday, shit him, son, when they start coming back in the game. No, they still play the exact same way. That's what I want from a manager. Hansi Flick for me, in terms of European
No matter
football,
regardless of the situation, he
he's
don't.
that.
Yeah.
In terms of European football, Hansi Flick for me has that pedigree because he's won the elite competition. He's won the Champions League. He's won leagues in and around Europe. Fair enough, De Zerbi's not won anything, but he's showing the signs. He's showing those glimpses that when Arsenal could see that they were playing decent football with Arteta, the fans started to grab onto it and said, "Actually, no, we'll stick with the guy." When Klopp over here, he went to finals. He went to the FA Cup, Europa League, and he lost. But the fans believed in the guy. If De Zerbi come in, I can believe in the guy so long as he sticks to what he's done throughout his whole career, and that is stick to your principles. As you know, an old British traditional saying: stick to your guns. Just stick to your guns and ride it fucking out. If you lose 4-0, stick to your guns. I couldn't give a shite. But he's the kind of manager who I think, like what Musa said at the start of the stream, if he was in Erik ten Hag's position and he had the debacle that he did against Brighton and Brentford, I don't think he would have switched it up for that Liverpool game. I don't think he would have. I think he'd have gone the exact same way. But if you're going to play the exact same way and you lose 4-0, I've got no problem with that. Like Nuruddin said, there's a way to lose and there's a way to win.
Yeah.
And if you're going to win, you're going to want to win playing decent football. That's the benchmark that us all have seen Liverpool and City do for 5 years now. Play decent football and they win the biggest trophies. Yeah, you might have to take a bit of pain and you might have to lose a limb to watch Man United go through the gutter and lose games. I'll take that. I don't mind Man United losing games. If we can see that we're going to build something, I'll get behind it. And for me, what I've seen with De Zerbi and what I've heard sort of in the media world and everything with the guy, in terms of one-to-one with players, is the only manager that I've ever known anyway, in particular in the Premier League right now, who, if he doesn't like something, it might be where your leg position is. He pulls the whole fucking training session apart and says, you move your leg to this angle. Move your leg so it's angle in line with me as the coach. Right, we'll restart. He'll drill the players' heads in, and the players who are weak mentally and who can't take on tactical instructions won't succeed with the guy because he won't want them there. He wants people who know ball and can understand it. He's got 17-year-olds like that. What's his name? Shackleworth, is it? I think his name is. Young 16, 17-year-old kid. Plays round the park as if it's fucking piss. Pascal Gross, Solly March. These players were championship players 4 or 5 years ago.
Pascal Gross.
They make football look easy.
I've never seen
They make it look absolutely easy, but he brings them up to a level. We thought what Graham Potter was doing there in terms of coaching players was good. De Zerbi's taking these to the next level. But even though people will say in Europe he's not done anything with Brighton because of what happened with Roma and everything, he's going to learn. He's going to learn.
Hold that 1 second. Tom, 1 second. They've had worse injury crisis than Manchester United this season. Brighton and Brentford.
But we forget how crap. We forget. Yeah, we forget as well, Tom, how crap the Brighton players are. Have you seen Roma's squad and the players that Roma's got?
Yeah.
I don't know why people think that Brighton should just beat them.
This is the thing, though. The thing that I like with De Zerbi, anyway, if he comes in, he's going to be what I said from the beginning: Monday to Friday, high intensity, high energy. We're going to work on things. He's not going to be one of these managers who's going to put a suit on, go to the fucking media or to the conferences. So Jim Ratcliffe's going to be sat there folding his arms and saying, "Right, this is what we're going to do. What play do you want?" He's a coach. He's not a manager. And there's two phases of managers that you can get. There's tracksuit managers who want to work on the fucking coach. Yeah, they might look like a piece of shit or a scruff bag. I couldn't give a shit. If you play good football for it, I don't care. If you've got to brush up and put a suit on when you sign for Man United and hold the shirt, by all means do it. I don't care. So long as you play good football and you get the best out of the core players that you have, I don't care. Then when it comes to recruit players, I take the model of what Liverpool did anyway, where Jurgen Klopp, he goes to Liverpool, he says, when they signed Virgil van Dijk, he said, I want a centre-half who's over 6'3", mobile, and who's disciplined enough to play and hold a high line. That's the three credentials that he wanted. They targeted Virgil van Dijk for at least 2 years, and they couldn't get the guy. So then when he was available, even if it cost them to break the bank of 75 million, they did it. Because they wanted the guy that badly, because it fit the profile that Klopp wanted. Data and analytics takes over football. And any data and analytic machine that's out there in football will tell you right now that Roberto De Zerbi is probably one of the top 3 most renowned coaches. That's what it will say. And if Man United don't get him, Barcelona need a coach. Bayern Munich need a coach.
Yeah.
Even Liverpool. All those three clubs that I just mentioned use analytics. That's the way that they function as clubs and recruit players. Those three clubs will identify that Roberto De Zerbi is a proven candidate for their position of head coach. And if he doesn't go to any three of them, I'd be shocked. But if he can come to Man United, break the bank for the guy. Bust him out of there.
Well, Tom, definitely. Listen, big up to Saeed, man. Make sure you go and check out the Straight Jacket podcast. Listen, Musa, it's still here. Big up to you. Big up Rance. Rance said, with these, doesn't get smoked. Exactly. Brighton lost 2-1 with their caliber of player. Anfield United getting smoked 7. Oh, we don't get 7. We camped out of our old 18-yard box to get a point at Anfield. So, look, they don't. They play their football. They got beat 2-1. Last season, they drew 3-3, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. Big up Lee Edson makes a good point here. Well, what up, panel? The great to catch the live. Your next manager is harder to choose than people think. You need a manager that can challenge the board and not afraid to talk the truth. No, 100%.
He's doing that at Brighton. He's doing that at Brighton now. He's saying, I'm not signing anything. I'm not being contracted to anything. I'll do what I want to do. And that's the sort of guy you need. And this nostalgia, right, one second, guys. This nostalgia that people make, you're not going to have a manager like Fergie who's going to be here 20 years. You have a coach who might sign 2 contracts with you. They might be 3, 4 years, 5-year contracts. No manager in modern day football stays at a club for more than 10 years. And that's a fact. Because they want a rest at some point. They need some respite. Proven managers, De Zerbi might come United, might be here 4, 5, 6 years, might win us all what we want, and then he'll go. Because he'll either want a break or they want to do bigger and better things elsewhere. That's just how football moves now. You don't get coaches like Fergie anymore. 20, 30 years at your football club. It's not going to happen. So if you go for De Zerbi, back the guy and give him what you need, even if it's not De Zerbi. Go, like I say, if you go out and get somebody that the fans can attach themselves to and believe in, by all means, we'll believe in it. But until you give us the basic principles of what we want, which, as far as we've all agreed upon anyway, guys, is good football, we're not going to get behind any hype. Because I've seen triangles with Ten Hag at fucking in, the Netherlands. Their triangles over there and their triangles in England might be fucking completely different. I don't know. But if you take a guy like what they did with De Zerbi, the guy had only been known to play good football in the Ukrainian league with Shakhtar Donetsk. And they brought him out of a job from Shakhtar and brought him to the Premier League. Nobody had even heard of the guy. And that's how you're supposed to recruit people.
I did,
based on body of work and what they can do. Forget winning trophies. Because Klopp, when he went to Liverpool, he was renowned as being a loser. But he's turned it around into a winner. De Zerbi's won nothing, but he's building his blocks up little by little, and he can get to that point. Listen, let's face fact, guys. He should have been in the FA Cup final last year. We were crap. Yeah. We was absolutely crap.
We denied them. Big up to Andrew. Andrew says, "What's De Zerbi won in football?" Listen, Jose won everything there is to win, and guess what he did? When he came to Manchester United, he won a Europa League and a League Cup. So do you want that? Do you want that, or do you want it to challenge? De Zerbi might not be the guy to win the big trophies. Big up, Tom. He might not be the guy to win. He's the guy to put the fundamentals down and the conditioning onto the players for the next 3 years or 2 or 3 years, however long he's here. Then the next guy comes in to win, because Manchester United, I'm sorry, Andrew Ellis, are not going to win any trophies anytime soon, any of the big trophies that we want to win. The ones that matter. The league and the Champions League, they're not. But Musa, he says, I'd rather Inzaghi or Amarin, What did you see? Could you expand a little bit? By the way, people, please keep smashing a like on the video. Shaharian, how many likes have we got? Khalis, how many likes we got? Let us know, man. Big up to everybody who's locked in. Shadow banned, demonetized. We don't give a hoot. Free fucking Palestine. From the river to the sea. From the sea to the river. Freedom. Free the people. Free them all. That's what we say. Go ahead, Musa.
Yeah, man, I'm on the same thing, man. I just feel like I said, I think the next manager I want is not a manager that I'm saying should be competing for the league or winning us the league. I just want a manager because, listen, there are 6 teams that are heavily backed in the Premier League right now that all want the top 4. We can't even, it's not the same Premier League that we once knew. We got Chelsea who's going to go in again. Chelsea are going to go in again this summer. Newcastle are going to do their thing again this summer. Then you've got the likes of Spurs. Then you've got the likes of who else is up there? Arsenal. Then you've got City, Liverpool, and you've got Aston Villa, who've got a wealthy owner and a manager who knows what he's doing. So that's 7 teams. There's a lot of teams out there who are trying to go for these 4. Ten Hag is not in a situation to pounce with the fact that Klopp's at his last season. Liverpool are going to have an uneasy transition next season. No one knows. It's an unexpected transition. No one knows how it's going to go. So I need us to be ready to pounce. And the only way you can be pouncing if you're a team that's there or thereabouts. So Arsenal have put themselves in that situation, and you can see it this season. Any mishaps between Liverpool and City, Arsenal are about to pounce and win the Premier League title after so many years. And that's because they've put themselves in that situation. Do I think the Zerbi is better than Arteta? I think there's an argument for that based on the football that he's playing. Do I think that Arteta could do the same job that De Zerbi's done at Brighton? There's an argument. This is what I'm saying. If I don't know if he could. So for me, give De Zerbi the players, give him the tools, and again, he's a coach, someone that's just going to coach and get the job done. I think he can have us easily being a team within the top 4 that's comfortable in the top 4, not looking over our shoulders every minute to see if we're going to get Champions League football, and then also go into Europe and flipping not embarrass ourselves and actually do something and make an impact within European football. So for me, that's the stage that I'm on. Then after a De Zerbi, 2 or 3 years of that, if he's not able to kick on and win the league or compete heavily at the highest level within the 2 top teams in the country, then you go and get someone who's the icing on the cake, who's going to come in after this good work has been done, this good style of play has been developed, this good system. Yeah,
After
the blueprint
has been laid down.
That's it. And this is what I hoped Eric Ten Hag would do. I hoped Eric Ten Hag would lay the blueprint down for the next manager. I hope that Eric Ten Hag would have built what I'm asking De Zerbi to do now. And because Eric Ten Hag hasn't, I'm still looking for a manager in that ilk to take us to stage 2 before we get into stage 1 of the phase into terms of trying to compete for the Premier League.
There you go. Big up, Musa. 100% agree with everything. Hey, lads. Michael O'Connor, thanks for the super chat, Rosa. But Tom, don't you think that the structure Glazers itself at United will not allow manager to challenge the owners on the board? Well, this is what I'm saying to you. The board is going to be a new board who are going to be full of footballing people who are going to like the challenge, the manager challenging them and challenging their positions. Before, it was the Glazers, and you couldn't have. But what we're promised now, we're promised. Big up Adewale. Adewale said, thanks for the super chat, King. He says, Wilcox will now serve a 12 months notice period. You can't get in Ashworth for another 18 months unless we pay. Why idiots moving like this? Looks like the next season is already written off. Wow, that's crazy. And that's what scares me for them to try to give the season to a manager that because they've written it off, they might just keep Ten Hag. That would be honesty. And then De Zerbi is gone somewhere else. Big up to everybody. Love and like, man. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I want to talk about the Jason Wilcox thing actually after that super chat. So if that's the truth, Musa, what are they playing at? Why are they not paying this money? Why the hell do you want these guys, but you're not here to pay the money to get them in, to get the job, to get them prepared for next season? What are they doing?
Yeah, that's the scary part about Ineos is that there's been a lot of talk, a lot of huff and puff, but not too many houses have been blown down. And the only one was the City move, and then the rest have just been a lot of huff and puff and a lot of noise, and then we're getting told that there's time periods and we got to wait. And I'm on that same position that you made earlier. I'll take I don't know if it was on this stream or the one before this. I will take us spending all of our transfer kitty on getting things in position, paying out the clauses for the people that we want in the structure, paying out players that we want to leave the club, paying out Bruno, paying out. I will take us spending all of our transfer kitty on paying players to leave the club, to leave us with a strong core of players that someone like De Zerbi can train, and also bring in new players, and also just spending the money on bringing in the people that we want within the structure to actually help him once that happens. I'm happy. If we're going to write off the season, then yeah, I'm happy just spending the money on actually putting us in the shape that we want to, and then just going at it with the players that we got. Because, like I said again, looking at the league and looking at and how the league has gone, a better manager would have got top four, man. Like, as Aston Villa and Spurs have not been that consistent, that we're not in this top four race. Like, come on, guys, man. If we look at Spurs' season this year and we look at Aston Villa, they haven't been that consistent. And the fact that we're only 8 points off the both of them with how many losses we've had tells you everything you need to know. So,
Listen, at the end of the day, for me, this Wilcox thing that everybody wants to talk about is that why are they going for these things? But the second part of the show, I'm going to talk about it for 10 minutes or even 5 minutes, is that, Musa, do you agree with me that, and I'll lay it out, getting rid of just Erik ten Hag ain't going to fix this? You know that. You know that, don't you? Fundamentally, I think majority of United fans know that, don't you? I want Erik ten Hag to go at the end of the season, but I genuinely don't believe these players put, the medical department put, the Nurta and all that put, the injury and rehab department put, the nutrition people put, the man who are making some unseasoned, uncooked chicken and getting so much, who are getting in the headlines and embarrassing the football club. If all that doesn't change, then it's not going to change.
Yeah, I'm with you to an extent. Like, I believe, like, the
can come in, whoever manager can come in, Pep can come in. Nothing's going to change if you're not changing the whole thing, and certain, especially 5-6 players who are in the starting lineup. Musa,
I don't believe the big changes will take place, and I don't believe we'll win a Premier League title. But again, do I believe another manager will?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not looking for a Premier League. I'm talking about getting rid of a bunch of people who are contributing to the stagnation and what we see on a week-to-week basis. Getting rid of them to bring in fresh new people to take those jobs, who want those jobs, who want that pay, and getting them to understand their own job, what their job is, what their responsibility is. And if they don't meet their targets, then see you later. That is what I want. That's what I want.
I still believe those.
Get rid of bringing people who are going to challenge the league. No, I said exactly the same. I want this Zerbi to coach the players, because I want the transfer money to be used to paying out contracts, to getting rid of players. That's what I want, Musa. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want this summer's transfer to be used to. You know what? Have you seen our under-18 team? They're quite good. They've got incredible quality. They've got incredible levels of talent. I want that. And somebody said before as well, you want a guy that gets the best out of youth. You see what the Zerbi's doing out of Brighton? Have you seen the average figure of the players who play for Brighton who were playing yesterday? All of them are youngsters. Yeah. So, of course, he knows how to coach. But getting in this Zerbi with everything the way it is not going to solve it. It's not going to solve it. That's my belief.
No, I don't think it will solve the major issues. But again, like I said, I feel like the players that Erik ten Hag picks and the fact that he's lost 11 games this season, do I think that another manager will come in and not lose 11, 12 games this season? Yeah, I do. Do I think that another manager would have been 4th or 5th in the league, playing a different style of football and picking a different team based on the players that he has to his disposal? Yeah, I do, man. I just feel like there's a lot of managers out here who I don't believe Aston Villa have a better team than Man United, and I don't think Spurs have a better team than us, and I don't think they have better players to their disposal. But yet again, they have 2 managers who have a distinctive style of playing what they want to achieve, and they've also made it clear to players who cannot play the type of football that they want, that they won't play. And you found that at Spurs, Ange made it clear with certain man, you're not going to get picked. You're not going to get picked, like, because you can't play this. So it's best that you find another club. And that's why my man ended up at Bayern Munich with Harry Kane. So I just feel like Erik ten Hag has not done enough. Because like I said, I think Erik ten Hag has everything he needs at Man United to finish in the top 4. Maybe not win the league, but he's been given everything he needs to finish in the top 4. That's what I believe. I don't believe that he should have lost 11 games this season, because from last season, we saw that he has everything that he needs to be there or thereabouts competing to finish in the top 4. The fact that he's not in the top 4 this season is all on him. because it showed last season with everything that the club has to offer him, he was able to finish in the top four and go to 2 cup finals. But like you said, he wanted to go to every cup final and he didn't choose his battle. Choose your battles wisely. Try to finish in the top four and forget about all these other small cup competitions and just forget about it because we're not there yet. But for him, he wanted everything. He was talking about, there was a point where we were in all 4 competitions right towards the end of the season. And he thought it was a big thing. He was taking pride from that.
Cost him. That's what cost him. I'm not big up Windy. Windy says, I'm not. By the way, there's conflicting rates of news saying that Wilcox has signed for United, but he hasn't. And then here, Jason Wilcox needs to serve a 12-month period for joining Manchester United. Windy says, yeah, I'm not a 10 fan, but does it make sense to bring a new manager? The head coach. I'm not asking for a manager, Windy. I'm asking for a head coach. There's a big difference. When the club's new structure is being put in place with new people at the top coming in the summer, well, that's what I'm talking about. Then he has to start with them. He has to start with them. They all have to start together. I want the medical team gone. I need the injury and rehab people done. I want the medical advisors done. I want the kitchen. I want them all gone. I'm telling you, I want them all gone. But we're not going to get that because we're owned by the Glazers, people. We're owned by the Glazers. And that's why I'm willing to say I'm happy to spend the transfer money paying people off to get them off the books. I'm happy to do that.
Same.
That's what I'm happy to do that. And I'll die by that. I will die by that saying that. I don't mind that. Because I don't see, Musa and me know, we don't see Manchester United challenging for a league title anytime soon within the next 3 to 4 years anyway. I don't see it. I don't see Manchester United. What's the point of being in the Champions League? And then somebody wrote earlier on, be prepared to finish 10th. I'm like, bring it on. I'll finish 10th. I'm happy to finish 10th. So big up to you, bro. Go and get your rest before you open your fast. Appreciate you, King. Always being available and to come on here, man. I appreciate your time. At the end of the day, people, these are conflicting reports about Jason Wilcox. He needs to save 12-minute period. At the end of the day, it is what it is, people. But Manchester United, for me, need a coach. I need a drill sergeant. I don't mind getting whacked. I don't mind losing games. I don't mind it because I'm getting whacked anyway. And we're playing dreadful football. If you said to me, win games, playing dreadful football, no thank you. I didn't support United because we played dreadful football and win trophies. I didn't. Winning trophies, playing good football is the only way. It's the only way, people. It's the only way. And I believe in modern football, you need a good football first, the blueprint to be laid there, to get in the quality. And I promise you, players will want to join. If Manchester United started playing good football, players will be attracted to that. I promise you that some place where the football that they want to play does not fit in with the football that they've been offered because we're offering more money. No, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. At the end of the day, it's simple. He took Brighton to Europe, man. When was the last time Brighton were in Europe? When were they? Big up to everybody, man. 100%. It is lazy. Exactly, Rams. 100% hit the rail on the head. I'm not expecting Zerbi to win me big trophies. I need some guy to put the blueprint, to condition the players into playing modern football. Condition them. That's what I want. And at the moment, there's lack of physicality. There's a lack of enthusiasm, lack of care, lack of passion. We lack everything. We saw it on Saturday night. We saw it. Yeah, listen, I've got PTSD from managers coming from abroad. I'm not going to lie to you, Shakarian. I got PTSD. Yeah. But we want that guy, though. Okay. So they're negotiating. Okay, big up Rants. Put in the context there. We're negotiating. Okay, we're negotiating. Looks like Manchester United negotiating then. Okay, cool. But they need to get their job done straight away, man. Big up to my brother. Big up to Aluba. Big up. Love and light, bro. I hope you well. Ineos are bluffers. most of the fan base twerk for them, hold out. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know me. I have to see it to believe it. I have to see it to believe it. We complain clubs see us as the easy man and these United should pay well. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying to you, do that before. Do that before people start resigning. Do that before. Sort that out, right? If you're going for somebody, sort out the package and then get the guy that you want. Don't just get the guy to resign and then we have to wait for him now and then they have to start hackling. No. 100%. Listen, that's why I want majority of them gone, especially in the first team. The first team players. Question, bro, what do you guys would you guys get Wissa? I think he's a good player. I'll have to look at his age. I don't know how old he is, but big up to you, Malcolm. I like Wissa. Yeah, I think he's a good player. He's a good player. Absolutely good player. Plays his position well. I'm no longer looking down on some of these players, by the way. I'm being snotty about it. Is the guy there to do the job? Does he give everything? Does he come off that pitch with everything? Blood, sweat, and tears? Yes. That's what I'm talking. That's what I want. I want those players. I'm a merchant as well. I'm not just a good football merchant, but I'm also good foot. I'm a give it all you've got merchant. And I see Brighton, every player plays for Zerbi. They all shattered when they come off that pitch. Well, there we go. Disagree, Musa. Being a better manager will challenge for top 4. Well, I don't know about that. But anyway, people, we're here. Please smash a like. How many likes we got on the video? Please, somebody let me know. What's modern football? Brighton also physically imposing, right? Look at the size of the Inter football they play. Yeah. To me, the Brighton have got physicality. They got a certain level of physicality and technical ability to be able to pass to each other, pass the ball. Every player is comfortable in possession. Yes, I don't believe all United players have technical ability. That's where I slightly disagree with Musa. I think some of our players, because we've been playing counter-attacking football, what the main incentive is not to have the ball. That's what the main incentive is. But that's what I'm saying to you. I'm happy to spend the 120 million, 150 million, if it so be, to pay people out, get them out of contract. I'm happy to do that. And like Musa said, promote the 15 or 14 players that you want to play with. Give youngsters a chance. Finish 10th or 11th or 12th next season. I'm here for that. Because you have to go, let it get worse before it gets better. And I'm happy for that. Get rid of the dead wood. Pay them out, these greedy so-and-sos. Greedy effing. Don't even get me started. It's Ramadan. Effing and blinding. But get rid of them. That's what I want. 100% it's going to be difficult. I agree with you, Jamie Wayne. But I need a manager who can play better football than what we're playing right now. A coach, sorry, not a manager. Head coach. That's what we need. Everything will be on Ineos then. Everything will be on. Listen, free Palestine, man. You could get 200 likes to this video, people. Get 200 likes. I'm fasting. You got me here stressing out, man. I'm fasting. It's Ramadan, people. We're shadow banned. We are demonetized. The least you could do is smash a like on the video and get the channel to 10K. You deserve it, not me. You deserve to get 10K for the amount of content we put out here. So come on, we'll be back here on Tuesday night, tomorrow night, with hopefully with a Liverpool panel, if I can get them tomorrow night, a Liverpool panel talking about the Chelsea game. And we'll be back hopefully on maybe Thursday or Friday with a Liverpool panel, building up to Liverpool versus Manchester United game. I'm trying to get somebody, Chelsea, if you know any Chelsea content creator that wants to come on here and wants to do a preview with me tomorrow night, let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. Tag me on a tweet. Big up to everybody. But please get at least 200 likes on the video. That's the least you deserve, people. For you. You cooked me in the ring. We sat here laughing, bro. Big up to you, Jamie Wayne. You know I love you. Nothing but love. I ain't cooking nobody. You know I got nothing but love for you, bro. Which is a football disagreement. That's all it is. Football disagreement. We just see it differently. And I value your opinion as much as I value mine. Get Penfold on or Maltese. Listen, let them come on here, man. They're happy to come here. Listen, big up people, but please, are we on 200 likes yet? Khalees, what are we on? What are we on, people? Of course they want smash us. They've got players to smash us. No, I'm sorry, Irfan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're getting, listen, to me, I don't mind getting beat. I don't mind taking 15 defeats in a season. As long as I can see we're playing good football, we're building towards good football, and the manager's building things. This manager is building silch. And that's why I agree with you. 7 or 8 of the players need to go. That's why I'm putting all the money in transfer window for this summer on paying players out to get the F out of here. That's what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing, bro. Yeah, man. Hopefully, I'll ask him, man. Tweet him, man. If you can, those of you on Twitter, tweet him for me. Listen, please smash a like on the video, man. Smash the like. Let's get to 200. In the chat after this, people, I want to know what are the top key components or qualities you want in the next Manchester United head coach. Manchester United next head coach. What are the key components? What are the qualities that you want? Do you agree with mine? Do you agree with Saeed? Do you agree with Tom? Do you agree with Musa? Or do you agree with none of us? Who's your manager? Name the coach, not the head coach. Sorry, name your head coach. Name them. Who do you want? Or do you want to stick with Erik ten Hag? To me, Erik ten Hag alone, I'm not going to scapegoat him. Just him alone. Just him alone. No. Everybody needs to go with him. Certain players in this team who are people's favorites, who are people's goats, when they score and they go, oh, look, it's the players. When Erik ten Hag gets wrapped up in playing style, with no structure in the team, with no playing, nothing, they go, oh, it's the players. When the players then bail him out, they go, oh, you Erik ten Hag outers are all being silent. What do you want, people? What do you want? It's simple. It's simple. It's absolutely simple. It's either players or Erik ten Hag. Me and people like Rance and that say both. People like Saeed, we say both. Those are people who got their eyes open and seeing what's going on. We say both. There are players who have been here and are too comfortable. And he's also contributed to that. He bought in players and he doesn't want to even play football. That to me alone should get you the sack. The players you bought and you don't want to play your own football. Why did you buy them then? It's simple. I got to go and open my fast, people. Prepare my food. Love and light. Big up to every one of you. Smash a like. Get the channel to 10K, people. It's on you. It's on you, people. It's on you. But big up to everybody. Big up to Rance, by the way, in the chat, bro. Listen, happy to give you a shout, bro. Next time, let me know. Happy to come on your channel as well. Love and light. We're not going to agree on everything, King. You know I'm a passion merchant. I'm a good football merchant. That's the most important thing. But I'm also a match goer who's a passion merchant. You know what I mean? That's football. That's football. Have interesting debates. Love, light, everybody. Stop the genocide, man. Stop killing children. Stop starving. Stop gaslighting us. The political class, the media class in this country, morally bankrupt. No more human rights from you lot. No more dictating to the rest of the world. This should be, that should be. You've all lost the plot. Kids are starving to death. You're bombing hospitals. Murdering people. Shame on you. Shame on you, Starmer. Shame on the Labour Party. Shame on the Tories. Money people already anyway. F them. Free Palestine. Free the Congo. Free Sudan. Free the Tigray region. Free the Ogaden. Free them all, man. Free the people. Free the people, man. Free the people. Big up to you, King. Big up to you, King. Rance was, listen, I called it in January. Rance was calling it as well. Was like, yo, and Rance, like I said, was selling merch with Ten Hag's name on it. So we all thought he was the guy. We all thought he was the guy. He catfished us all. He catfished us all. And then Rance gets a lot of hassle on social media because he sees it early. He sees it early, man. I'm like him. We all see it. Some of us see it early. That's what we see it as people. But big up, love and light, free Palestine, free the people. Win, lose or draw, F the Glazers. Not believing in this Ineos propaganda until I have to see it to believe it, people. I have to believe it to believe it. I have to see it to believe it. But F the Glazers, man. Glazers full sail only. That's how we get it, people. Love. Love and light, people. Take care. Love all, man. Big up to everybody who contributed. Big up all the people with the super chat as well. We'll see you tomorrow night for the build up to Chelsea. Carefree Lewis, come on here, man. Let's hash it out. Tell me about Mason Mount. Big up, love and light, people. Take care. Good night.